Let's head back now to the station with Simi.
All right, thanks very much for that, Tasha. Take a look at that. That is Ross Rebagliati's actual gold medal from 10 years ago, and he joins us now this morning. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome back. We've seen you before.
Yep.
This is beautiful.
Thanks. Yeah, it really is.
And there's some unique aspects to it that you said were pretty special.
Yeah, right at the bottom there's a little picture of a snowboarder.
Yeah.
And that's the first time that they've ever put the sports on the medals. And then the mountains were all hand done in gold dust, so everybody's medal had different mountains.
That's beautiful.
So it's very unique, yeah.
Do you wear this around the house?
Only after I take a shower, and then I just, no, I keep it, I only bring it out for special occasions.
But tell everybody what happened. How long was it before you actually got to see this medal? When you won this at the Olympics, what happened?
Well,
other than what happened after that part.
You mean what happened after what happened?
After, that part.
Well, my dad decided that I wasn't going to be responsible enough to take care of it, and so he had it in a safety deposit box for more than a year, actually.
So your dad took your gold medal and put it in a safety deposit
box.
Like,
it's better if we do it this way.
So how did you actually earn it back at that point?
I made a trip down to Salt Lake City to watch the Olympics down there, and the Canadian Olympic Association requested if they could have my medal on display at the Canada House.
Okay.
So that was my way of getting it back from my dad. And
so you had to ask Dad, the Canadian Olympic Committee has asked for, could I please have my gold medal back?
Right, and he took out $1 million insurance on it, and oh my God, So, after that I was able to retain it.
That's pretty nice, though, that your dad would care that much to do that for you.
It really is, and he's always supported me, and, when I started off ski racing and then snowboarding and stuff, so yeah, he's been great.
Yeah, you did start out snowboarding when not a lot of people knew about it, when not a lot of people thought this would ever be such a huge sport.
Yeah.
What was that like? Was it hard to get involved to do all that back then?
You really had to be into it back then. I started in 1987, and then you weren't allowed to snowboard in any resort in Canada.
Wow.
And so if you wanted to snowboard, you had to know someone who did it, you had to really want to do it, and so we went down to Mount Baker, and the next year, Blackcomb opened up and Silver Star and Big White, so it started happening. But, I was a ski racer before, and when I started snowboarding, my dad's like, what are you doing? You're not even allowed to do this. You're not going to go anywhere in snowboarding.
Did you feel like, no, this is something I really do want to do. This is better.
Well, I was a pretty good ski racer for my age. I was 15 when I stopped. And, but I just knew how much fun I was having snowboarding and just the culture of it. I was skateboarding, of course. I didn't have my driver's license, so skateboarding and BMX was kind of what I was doing, and snowboarding just fit right in there,
So you went from not being able to do it anywhere to actually having a run named after you now. That's pretty impressive.
It is, especially, Whistler, Blackcomb, one of the maybe the most popular ski resort in the world right now, and to have a park and a run named after me, it's a huge honor.
Ross, what has the last 10 years been like for you, overcoming all the things that happened to you so suddenly, right? All of a sudden you were thrust into the spotlight for good reasons and for bad reasons. What happened after that? What was life like?
It was turmoil.
Yeah?
I came home with newfound fame and not so much fortune.
Yeah.
And, it was a big adjustment for me to get used to that. Just at the supermarket, I got the grannies, recognizing me, and I got the really young kids, and, everybody, before it was just within the industry, within the sport, and so that mainstream recognition was a lot of adjustment for me.
Yeah, did it change your outlook? Because all of a sudden, whether you liked it or not, you were a role model for kids who wanted to snowboard. That must have changed what you did.
Right, and I definitely accepted the position of being a role model, but at the same time I had that whole cloud hanging over me, and the parents weren't that excited about it. Well, some were, but some were as well. So I had to live with that, and that was part of the reason why it took me so long to be accustomed to it. If I was just able to come home with the sporting aspect of it, I probably would have embraced it a little, sooner or a lot easier. But
do you have a better appreciation, do you think, now of what happened, and you can look back and say, no, this was a good thing, this was all good?
Well, my philosophy anyways is that everything happens for a good reason, even if it doesn't seem like it at first.
Right.
So I just stuck to that, and definitely in the long run it's been great. I mean, I could never imagine being here otherwise. If it hadn't have been for the controversy, I wouldn't have had all the doors open for me that have recently, and you know, so it's been a blessing in disguise.
And you do all sorts of things now. You're doing coaching, and you're going to be involved in the 2010 Olympics as well.
Yeah, well, nothing's set in stone for 2010, but I have started Rasta camps, which are the Rebagliati Alpine Snowboard Training Academy.
Yeah.
We did 2 weeks in Italy, just got back 2 days ago.
Nice.
It was sunshine, great food. You know, we do a World Cup style training with timing, race course, video analysis. And
there's a whole new generation up and coming then, isn't there?
Well, I'll tell you what, we had some older clients that, you know, one was a winemaker, one was a stockbroker, and a couple of, you know, younger guys my age and stuff, but yeah, there's a lot of interest.
Oh, great. Okay, well, for more information on what Ross works on, you can check out our website, citytv.com/BT Vancouver. Thanks very much for joining us this morning.
Appreciate it.
It's 9:01. You're watching Breakfast Television. That's beautiful. Thank you.
Thanks.